Good morning folks, and welcome back to the track. Now, if you've been watching the last few videos that I've uploaded, you will see there has been a flurry of activity around this track. It started off with me designing, ordering and building the track so that it could be dismantled easily if I needed to. Having built the track, I then needed a car, so I went online and won this Lamborghini Gallardo in a spares or repair auction, which I then had to take the car to my friend Mr. G, who actually managed to fix it and get it running. Having got the car running, I then ordered the Scalextric Arc 1 power base unit, which allows me to connect the track to a tablet device and time lapse to 1/100th of a second. So having done all of that, we're finally in a position to set our first benchmark lap time for a car on this track. Now, before I take this Lambo out on the track for a speed test, I want to set some standard rules to make it fair for doing a speed trial of any car on this track. And rule number one is no magnets. So a lot of slot cars these days come with magnets in the chassis to help them stick to the track, and I think that's an unfair advantage. So any car that is supplied with magnets must have the magnets removed before putting the car on the track. That way we're doing a fair test based on the chassis of the car and me as a driver, not on the power of the magnets. Rule number two, box fresh, no tweaks. So when a car arrives, especially a new car, the car has to go straight on the track with no tweaks other than taking the magnet out. So I don't want any other tweaks to be done. In the case of a second-hand car, same rule applies. The way the car arrives is the way it's run once the magnets have been removed. Rule number three, must use lane one. So always using lane one, we get a fair trial so that every car is in the same lane. And rule number four is it's a 10-lap trial, but you're allowed to do 10 laps first to get the tyres warmed up, get the motor warmed up, and just get a basic feel for the track. So with those rules established, we can now take this Lambo on the track and see just how fast it goes. Now, before we do this time run, I want to show you on my tablet device which app I'm going to use to actually time it with. Now, last week I used the standard Scalextric Arc app because, you know, it does the job and it's a Scalextric unit that we have. I then discovered that on the Google Play Store there is another app called Magic Arc, which also links to the Scalextric Arc base. This is a far more sophisticated app. It's pretty heavy going, it's pretty complex. I'm going to show it to you now. It's been developed by enthusiasts, and as you can see, it's pretty heavy going. You can set up, you've got general configuration, cars, drivers, pace cars, Hall of Fame for best laps. You've even got the ability to import and export databases of best laps. The most important thing though, I'm not going to go into all that because it is far too deep, but if I click on general configuration, we get the configuration up, we can change driver colours, all the standard stuff and loads more as well. But here's why this app is so good, because I can enter the track length of my track. And that allows this app to accurately calculate the speed of the car, as we can see, either to scale or actual speed, real speed. I've set it to the scale speed, and it even allows me to enter the scale of my car, either 132, 124, whatever it is. So mine is a 132 scale car. So it's really accurate in terms of being able to work out the speed of your car around the track. So I was really impressed with this. And what I've also done is I've gone in, if I go into cars here, you will see I've already entered, it was the Lamborghini that we rebuilt. So it's very, very sophisticated, this. It's really good. I think it'll do a much more accurate job. Now you can create different types of races, and I've already set up a race or a lap time race called Lap Timer, which has the preset parameters for what we want to do, i.e. the number of laps is 10, the maximum time we can allow to do them is 10 minutes, which should be absolutely ample. So that is essentially what we're doing here. I'm not bothering with all the yellow flag stuff and fuel usage and KERS and all the other stuff you can do. I'm just not bothering with that. We just want to do a timed lap. Now, that is now ready to time this race. So I'm going to place the device into the stand and we'll get it started. The track is now set up. Everything is ready. It is time to find out how fast this refurbished Lamborghini Gallardo can go around my track. We're going to do 10 laps, so the important thing is to do 10 laps. It's the total time to do 10 laps. That's going to be the important thing. So let's give it a try. So we are taking it steady, and you might think I'm going quite slow, which I am here, but the point to remember is it's not about sliding and getting the back end out, because that loses time. It's all about trying to get this car round the track smoothly as possible and minimising wasted time. Through striking corner, through no limits. We're going to open it up down the Granger straight, through the carousel and back again for another lap. Doing our best, as you can see, to get it open, wide open down the Granger straight. Making sure I'm off the power when I come into the ditch lock carousel, down into the carousel, trying not to slide it. Through no limits, through the rocking on, down Granger straight again, sliding a bit through the carousel there, trying to keep that slide down, got to be off the power. Oh, and he's come off there. It came off at a time when it didn't actually matter, so fantastic. Let's have a look at the stats for the Lamborghini Gallardo. So let's have a look at the final result. So there we are, that is the Lamborghini Gallardo. So the total time to complete the 10 laps was 82.65 seconds. There we go, 10 laps. Me driving it there, my name's in it. And here is the big number. What was the top speed of this car in scale speed? 156 miles per hour with a best lap time of 7.707. So there you have it, folks. That was the result for the Lamborghini Gallardo, and very soon we'll be getting another car into the garage to see just how fast it stacks up against new cars that we get in the very near future. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll catch you in the next one.